Welcome to African Folktales by Neoma.
Long ago, in a village surrounded by tall palm trees and fields that glowed at sunset, there lived two sisters, Amaka and Obiageli. They were the pride of their mother, Mama Nkechi, kind, hardworking, and inseparable as children. They fetched water together, sang under the moonlight, and shared dreams as they watched the stars. Amaka, Obiageli would say, laughing as she braided her sister's hair, "One day you'll be a great businesswoman in the city." And you, Amaka, would reply, "Will make everyone smile with your gentle hearts." They were poor, but their hearts were rich with joy. But as time passed, the path of the two sisters began to drift apart. Amaka learned tailoring and was talented beyond measure. Her hands turned every cloth into beauty. Soon her name spread far and wide. People came from other towns to buy her designs. Obiageli, on the other hand, chose to farm and sell her harvest in the market, but each season brought disappointment. The rains came too late or too early. Pests ruined her crops. Still, she smiled through her struggles, often saying, "The sun rises for everyone, even if it shines brighter on some." Amaka moved to the city and built a fine house, shiny tiles, golden curtains, and a gate that glimmered. When Obiageli visited her one day, she admired everything with joy, but as she stood there, Amaka's maid whispered, "She is a poor sister from the village." And though Amaka said nothing, the silence stung deeper than any word. Time went by until one morning, news spread through the village like Harmattan fire. Mama Nkechi had fallen ill. Obiageli dropped everything and ran to her side, her heart pounding with fear. She held her mother's frail hands, whispering, "Don't leave me, Mama, I'll take care of you. Please stay." In the city, Amaka received the message. She sighed deeply and said, "Send my mother to a hospital. I will send money and someone to care for her." And she did. Bags of rice, bottles of medicine, and a helper arrived, but not Amaka. Back in the village, Obiageli nursed her mother with her own hands. She fetched herbs from the forest, cooked warm soups, and stayed awake through the night. When her mother's fever rose, she sang softly, "Mama, Biko, hold on. Tomorrow will be better." Days turned into weeks, and slowly Mama Nkechi regained her strength. One morning, she sat up, her eyes bright again. "My daughters," she said, "come close." When Amaka finally arrived, she looked radiant, wrapped in fine lace and perfume. Obiageli stood beside her, tired but glowing with quiet peace. Mama Nkechi smiled at them both and said, "You have both faced life in your own ways, but today I will show you what life truly gives." From under her bed, she brought out two small calabashes. One was painted in gold and sparkled in the light. The other was plain, brown, and ordinary. "Amaka," she said, "take the golden one. Obiageli, take the simple one. But remember, it's not what the eye sees that matters." The sisters looked at each other curiously. Amaka opened hers first. It glittered beautifully, filled with golden dust and tiny jewels. But when she reached inside, her hands met only emptiness. A cold wind blew through the room. Her heart felt heavy. The sparkle faded into silence. Then Obiageli opened hers. At once, a gentle light filled the room. Warm, soft, and alive. Inside were small tokens, a smile carved in wood, a folded leaf of gratitude, and a heart drawn in sand. As she held them, laughter, peace, and joy filled the air. Mama Nkechi looked at them lovingly and said, "My daughters, life is not fair or unfair. It is full or empty, depending on what you pour into it. You, Amaka, filled your days with gold, but forgot kindness. And you, Obiageli, though poor, filled yours with love." Tears filled Amaka's eyes. She knelt before her mother and her sister. "I was blind," she whispered. "I thought riches made life full, but it is your love, Obiageli, that shines brighter than all my gold." Obiageli lifted her gently and said, "Sister, the river may flow in different directions, but all waters return to the same sea." They embraced, and from that day they stayed close again. Amaka learning to give with her heart, and Obiageli learning that goodness is never wasted. And so, my friends, the story of Amaka and Obiageli reminds us life may not treat everyone the same, but the true measure of a person is not in what they have, it is in what they give and in the love they leave behind. Moral: life's fairness cannot be counted in gold or luck. It lives in kindness, love, and a heart that never gives up.